He sits in his car, engine idling, heart pounding. The streetlights blur through the rain-streaked windshield, mirroring the turmoil within him. He knows what he's doing is wrong. He knows he's betraying the vows he made, yet he feels powerless to stop himself, caught in a current he doesn't understand. The silence in the car is deafening, broken only by the rhythmic thump of the wipers. He thinks of his wife, her smile, her laughter. He pictures their home filled with memories of love and shared dreams. The guilt gnaws at him, a constant reminder of the pain he's about to inflict. He closes his eyes, wishing he could rewind time, erase the choices that led him to this moment. The weight of his secret is crushing, a burden he carries alone. His phone buzzes, a message from the woman he's about to meet. He hesitates, his finger hovering over the screen. A part of him wants to turn back, to go home and face the music. But another part, a darker, more desperate part, urges him forward. He takes a deep breath, steels his resolve, and opens the message. The words blur together, promises of escape, of understanding, of a connection he desperately craves. He knows it's a lie, a temporary fix, but he clings to it like a lifeline. He starts the engine, pulls away from the curb, and drives into the night. The rain continues to fall, washing away nothing, only adding to the weight of his silent scream.
Emotional disconnection in a marriage can be a slow, insidious process. It starts subtly, with missed cues and unanswered needs. Over time, the distance grows, creating a chasm between two people who once felt inseparable. This emotional void can be a breeding ground for resentment, loneliness, and a desperate search for connection elsewhere. Men, often less adept at expressing their emotions, may find themselves withdrawing further, creating a vicious cycle of disengagement. When a man feels emotionally disconnected from his wife, he may begin to seek validation and understanding outside the marriage. This can manifest in various ways, from seeking the attention of other women to immersing himself in work or hobbies. The underlying need is for emotional intimacy, a feeling of being seen, heard, and understood. Without that connection at home, he may be more susceptible to the allure of someone who seems to offer that missing piece. The lack of emotional intimacy can create a sense of isolation within the marriage. Even when physically present, a husband may feel emotionally absent, like a ghost in his own home. This feeling of being unseen and unheard can be incredibly painful, driving him to seek solace in the arms of another. He may believe that another woman can provide the emotional support and understanding that he lacks in his marriage. This search for emotional connection is not always a conscious decision. It can be a subconscious yearning for something more, a deep-seated need for emotional fulfillment. The man may not even realize the extent of his emotional disconnection until he finds himself entangled in an affair, seeking solace in the arms of another. This is why addressing emotional needs within the marriage is crucial to preventing infidelity.
Physical intimacy is a vital component of a healthy marriage. It's not just about sex, it's about touch, affection, and a deep sense of connection. When physical needs go unmet, it can create tension, frustration, and a feeling of rejection. This can be particularly challenging for men, who often express love and affection through physical touch. A lack of physical intimacy can leave them feeling unloved, unwanted, and vulnerable to seeking that connection elsewhere. Dissatisfaction with physical intimacy can stem from various factors, including differing libidos, unresolved conflicts, and stress. When these issues go unaddressed, they can erode the foundation of the marriage, leaving both partners feeling unfulfilled. For a man, feeling physically rejected by his wife can be a blow to his self-esteem, leading him to question his desirability and masculinity. This feeling of rejection can make him susceptible to the advances of other women. He may seek validation and affirmation of his masculinity outside the marriage, seeking physical intimacy with someone who seems eager to meet his needs. This doesn't excuse infidelity, but it highlights the importance of addressing physical intimacy within the marriage. Open and honest communication about physical needs is crucial. Couples need to create a safe space to discuss their desires, concerns, and frustrations without judgment. Seeking professional help, such as couples therapy, can provide tools and strategies for improving physical intimacy and rebuilding a stronger connection.
The allure of the new is a powerful force. It's the excitement of the unknown, the thrill of the chase, the promise of something different. In a long-term relationship, the familiar can sometimes feel predictable, even mundane. The new and exciting can represent an escape from the routine, a temporary reprieve from the responsibilities and pressures of daily life. This novelty can be intoxicating, especially for a man feeling unfulfilled in his marriage. The thrill of a new relationship can provide a temporary boost to self-esteem. The attention, the flattery, the feeling of being desired can be incredibly validating, especially for a man who feels undervalued at home. This validation can be addictive, leading him to seek more and more of it outside the marriage. However, this novelty is often fleeting, a temporary high that eventually fades, leaving him with the same underlying issues he was trying to escape. The newness of an affair can mask deeper problems. It can create the illusion of connection and intimacy, masking the real issues that led to the infidelity in the first place. The man may believe he's found the one, someone who truly understands him, but this is often a projection of his unmet needs and desires. The allure of the new is not a sustainable foundation for a relationship. It's built on fantasy and escapism, not on genuine connection and commitment. When the novelty wears off, the underlying issues resurface, often with greater intensity. True intimacy requires vulnerability, honesty, and a willingness to work through challenges, not a fleeting escape into the arms of another.
Opportunity, combined with a lack of self-control, can be a dangerous combination. Infidelity doesn't always stem from deep-seated marital problems. Sometimes it's simply a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, coupled with an inability to resist temptation. This can happen to anyone, regardless of how happy or committed they are to their marriage. It's a test of character, a moment of truth where a man's values and integrity are put to the test. Opportunity can present itself in various forms, from a chance encounter with an old flame to a flirtatious co-worker. The availability of online platforms and social media has also created new avenues for temptation. These opportunities can be particularly dangerous for men who are feeling vulnerable or unfulfilled in their marriages. Lack of self-control can stem from various factors, including impulsivity, low self-esteem, and a history of addictive behaviors. When faced with temptation, a man with poor self-control may struggle to resist the urge to act on his impulses. This can lead to poor decision-making and actions that he later regrets. Building self-control requires self-awareness, discipline, and a commitment to one's values. It's about recognizing one's triggers and developing strategies for managing them. It's about making conscious choices that align with one's long-term goals and values, even when faced with temptation.
The need for validation is a fundamental human desire. We all crave recognition, appreciation, and a sense of worth. When a man feels undervalued or unappreciated in his marriage, he may seek validation elsewhere. This can manifest in various ways, from seeking the attention of other women to pursuing achievements in his career or hobbies. The underlying need is to feel seen, heard, and acknowledged for who he is. In a marriage, validation can come in many forms, from words of affirmation to acts of service. It's about feeling appreciated for one's contributions, both big and small. When a man feels consistently undervalued or criticized, it can erode his self-esteem and leave him vulnerable to seeking validation outside the marriage. Seeking validation from other women can provide a temporary boost to self-esteem. The attention, the flattery, the feeling of being desired can be incredibly intoxicating, especially for a man who feels unappreciated at home. However, this validation is often superficial and fleeting, a temporary fix that doesn't address the underlying issues. True validation comes from within. It's about recognizing one's own worth and value, regardless of external factors. It's about developing a strong sense of self and self-esteem that isn't dependent on the approval of others.